started. All the names are in here that we folded up and put in here earlier. So Levi is going to pick one of the names and Josiah is going to read it out loud to us. So let's get started.
Kentucky Preacher's Wife.
We have a winner, Kentucky Preacher's Wife. You're the winner of this wonderful honey. Congratulations.
That one that's stuck on his mouth. Let me get one stuck on his mouth. Get out of here.
So let's go take a look at the garden tonight. Now, last 2 days it's been super hot. I know like for most of you it has been too. Heat index has been close to 100. And just so you guys know, I have not watered my garden. Actually, I haven't watered it all season long. So let's go see what it looks like after a couple days of all this intense heat. Here's our big melon patch. Got a good sized one here. Couple more up here. There's a Tommy apple melon forming right there. Keep swinging around here. There is another melon. Probably should give him a little bit of support so he doesn't fall down. The trellis is starting to get covered. Finally, have some yard-long beans that are coming down. Finally have some green beans that are forming. They've taken a while. Cucumbers are still climbing. We're getting 2 to 3 a day. It seems like it's slowed down in this heat. There's a couple new ones forming. So far, my favorite has definitely been the muncher. This one down here from Baker's Creek, and that's the size I pick them. I'll pick this one in the morning, and they are just perfect. Nice and crunchy, but very sweet. Cantaloupe is starting to climb the trellis. Have yet to see any cantaloupe that's actually set fruit. Lots and lots of flowers, lots and lots of bees buzzing around. Like this one right here, we'll see if it got pollinated here real soon. Spaghetti squash is doing great, climbing up the trellis, and also the boys are doing a good job climbing. More spaghetti squash over here, and it's just doing fantastic climbing up here. Here's my summer squash that I planted pretty late. It is finally going to start flowering. There's lots of good stuff happening in here. Some golden zucchini, krypnek, all that lovely stuff. And again, look guys, I have not watered. They look super great. I do have some bad news. A couple of my tomato plants just on this trellis have leaf spot. I did not have leaf spot last year. I've had it before in the past. It usually takes, kind of takes its toll, not on the fruit, but on the leaves. So I'll be pruning that off tomorrow and spraying it with a fungicide and see if we can get it back in check. Here's that beautiful borage next to the tomatoes. Again, this was just a volunteer, and since it was right next to the tomatoes, I just let it come up. But this is pretty exciting. Let me show you all this. Oh, it's the first blush. Oh, so exciting. This is a Sweet Million, and as you can see why it's called that, it has some gorgeous fruit on it, and it just keeps going up, and there's more forming and even more forming up here. So it's a beautiful little plant, and I think it's going to be my first taste of tomatoes this year. Let's check on my big boys over here. There's a pretty good sized one. This is my Kellogg's breakfast that I've told you guys about a couple times. And there is my big man there. No cat facing. I've pulled several tomatoes off that have cat facing, and let me show you what I mean by that. So first of all, here's some healthy tomatoes down here. You can see how nice and smooth they are. I don't want to move it too much. Underneath they look great. But on this same plant, there is a tomato that looks like this. Ooh, see why it's called cat face? Actually, it just looks like a mean face. So what happens here in all these little divots, just yucky stuff can set up, bugs will get in there. And so a lot of times if it's real bad, if I see it when it's real young, I'll yank it, because you're gonna have to cut all this stuff out. You can still eat it, you can still use it. I'll cut around it and, you know, put them in the oven to roast them for sauce later. But that is what a cat face tomato looks like. I just love this section right here. The sunflowers, the clouds, the sky. Oh, so pretty. So here's one of our favorite things to eat fresh out of the garden. The corn. It has tasseled and it is getting pollinated. Now corn is wind pollinated. So as you can see how those little tassels are moving and they're shaking and they're vibrating, and the wind will move it and it'll make it fall down on top of the corn. Now each strand goes to a kernel, which I find fascinating. And each strand has to become pollinated for that kernel, the seed, to form. So far so good. That one's the one that's furthest along. We do have another one that has started, you can see there. But the corn is looking good, not as good as last year. Actually, my whole garden's not as good as last year, but it has been a really difficult year for lots of people, including myself. So I'm just very thankful for what we're going to be blessed with and for the harvest that's coming up soon. This bean just makes me smile when I look at it. Look at that thing. Looks like a snake hanging down. They have been really fun to watch grow. So besides the things in the garden that we're harvesting every day to eat, we are harvesting a few apples at this time. We're harvesting blueberries, and we're getting ready to harvest a whole bunch of blackberries. I'll show you guys some pictures here in a minute of what we got going up on our ridge. So all up this ridge is filled with blackberries. This is the best year that we've had with them, but this year they're really sweet and they're very good. I don't know if having the extra beehives helped or what. Also, I mentioned to you all before, we had an ice storm in November, and God pruned a lot of the trees up there, and there are places that are getting sunlight that haven't seen sunlight in a while either. So that could be one of the reasons why they're doing so well, but we're excited. We've already had some blackberry crisp, and we're excited to get some in the freezer and have some this winter. What'd you just find, Levi?
Blackberries.
Blackberries. Let me see. Oh, those are nice big ones, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go good in our crisp.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for bringing them over to me, bud. Okay, Kentucky Preacher's Wife, I need you to send me a message either here on YouTube or Instagram. I need your address so I can send you that wonderful bottle of West Virginia honey. Thank you to everyone who participated. We appreciate you all so much. That takes time and effort on your part, and we want to say thank you. We're excited about hitting our next goal, and hopefully we'll have another fun surprise and giveaway for you all. Y'all come back.